In Asia, noodles are among the most versatile types of food, with variations of noodles found from small street stalls to extravagant feasts. Noodles can symbolize happiness, strength, and are an important element of Asian cuisine. The diverse ingredients, rich flavors, and appealing preparations from each region make Asian noodle dishes beloved by travelers from all continents. Let's explore some of the most famous noodle dishes from the countries with the most vibrant culinary cultures in Asia. Udon noodles from Japan. Udon noodles are a traditional type of noodle from Japan. They are made from wheat flour, water, and salt, forming a soft dough. Udon noodles come in square shapes with varying thickness, depending on preferences and the producing region. They can be found in eateries, restaurants, and supermarkets across Japan. Udon noodles are commonly prepared by boiling them in hot water until they become tender. Afterwards, the noodles are incorporated into various dishes. One of the most popular preparations is cake udon, in which the noodles are served in a flavorful soy-based broth and garnished with green onions and pork fat. Another dish is tempura udon, where the noodles are served with crispy deep-fried vegetables and seafood. Udon noodles hold a significant place in Japanese cuisine and have become popular worldwide. Besides Japan, you can find udon noodles in Japanese restaurants and Asian food specialty stores. Japchae from South Korea. Japchae is a traditional dish from South Korea. It is a diverse and rich stir-fried noodle dish with main ingredients including glass noodles, meat, vegetables, and mushrooms. The glass noodles used in japchae are typically made from rice or sweet potato starch, resulting in soft, silky, and elastic noodles. The noodles are boiled and then stir-fried with oil and seasonings. The meat used in japchae can be beef, pork, or chicken, thinly sliced before cooking. The meat is stir-fried with garlic, onions, and soy sauce to enhance its flavor. Vegetables and mushrooms are thinly sliced and quickly stir-fried to retain their freshness and crispness. Some commonly used vegetables include carrots, spinach, bell peppers, and green onions. Mushrooms are usually shiitake or wood-ear mushrooms, adding a savory taste to the dish. Once the main ingredients are cooked, they are combined with a sauce made from soy sauce, sugar, sesame oil, and various seasonings such as minced garlic, onions, and sesame seeds. Japchae is typically presented on a plate and can be garnished with green onions and sesame seeds. Japchae is commonly served as an appetizer or a main dish in Korean meals. It offers a diverse combination of flavors, with the sweetness of the sauce, the crunchiness of the vegetables, and the softness of the glass noodles. This dish is considered an icon of Korean cuisine and is enjoyed both domestically and internationally. PH from Vietnam. Foreign visitors have a great fondness for PH and use a special term for Vietnamese PH, the dish from heaven. PH is typically made from three main components: PH noodles, broth, and meat. PH noodles are a type of soft and silky rice noodle. They are flat and wide, giving a unique texture to the dish. The broth is an essential element in creating the distinctive flavor of PH. The broth is usually cooked from chicken or beef bones, along with spices such as onions, ginger, scallions, black pepper, and cinnamon. The process of simmering the broth takes several hours to produce a rich, flavorful, and complex taste. The meat in PH can be chicken, beef, or seafood. The meat is usually thinly sliced and quickly cooked in hot broth to retain its tenderness and flavor. Additionally, PH often includes additional ingredients such as eggs, cilantro, fried shallots, Thai basil, and bean sprouts. PH is typically served with condiments such as raw herbs, lime, chili, and soy sauce for individuals to add according to their personal preferences. It is commonly eaten by adding the ingredients to a bowl and then combining them with hot broth. PH has many different variations such as PH bow, beef PH, PH gar, chicken PH, Japchae, vegetarian PH, and various seafood PH. Each type of PH has its own preparation method and unique flavor. Tsukemen Ramen from Japan. Tsukemen Ramen is a special style of ramen from Japan. Similar to traditional ramen, Tsukemen Ramen has its origins in China but has been developed and become a distinct dish in Japanese cuisine. The standout feature of Tsukemen Ramen is the separation of the noodles and broth. Instead of the noodles being immersed in the broth as in traditional ramen, Tsukemen Ramen requires the diner to dip the noodles into a separate broth. The noodles in Tsukemen Ramen are typically thick and chewy. They are usually cooked al dente and soaked in cold water to maintain their firmness and prevent sticking together. Before eating, the noodles are separated, and the diner dips each strand into the broth. The broth of Tsukemen Ramen is often more concentrated and flavorful than traditional ramen. The broth is typically cooked from pork bones, chicken bones, or fish bones, along with ingredients such as roasted peanuts, garlic, scallions, and sugar. Some places even add black sesame paste, a thick soy-based sauce, to the broth to create a distinctive and enticing flavor. When enjoying Tsukemen Ramen, the noodles are dipped into the broth and accompanied by toppings such as pork, chicken, or seafood, quail eggs, raw vegetables, scallions, and dried seaweed, nori. Tsukemen Ramen is a popular dish in ramen shops and Japanese eateries. Its rich flavor and the unique experience of dipping the noodles into the concentrated broth make it an appealing dish. Laksa from Malaysia and Singapore. Laksa is characterized by its spicy and hot taste. There are two main types of laksa, curry laksa and Assam laksa. Curry laksa has a broth made from coconut milk curry paste. Assam laksa features main ingredients such as tamarind, various seafood, and fragrant fish broth. Depending on the region, laksa can be enhanced with tofu puffs, bean sprouts, shrimp, clams, chicken, pork, or even a slice of congealed blood. Mie goreng from Indonesia. Mie goreng is a signature dish of Indonesia. Mies means noodles in Indonesian, and goreng means fried. Therefore, mie goreng simply means fried noodles. Mie goreng is typically made from either wheat noodles or egg noodles, stir-fried with various ingredients such as cabbage, onions, garlic, shrimp, chicken, or pork. What sets mie goreng apart is the seasoning. It is often cooked with spices like chili paste, soy sauce, black soy sauce, sugar, fish sauce, or oyster sauce to create a rich and unique flavor. Mie goreng has many different variations depending on the region and personal preferences. Some popular variations include mie goreng Jawar from central Java, mie goreng Aceh from the Aceh province, and mie goreng Mamak, originating from the Indian Muslim community in Malaysia. Each variation has its own characteristics and flavors, but they all share the common element of fried noodles with a rich seasoning. Mie goreng is typically served with fried eggs, prawn crackers, fried shallots, and chili sauce. It can be enjoyed on its own as a standalone dish or alongside other dishes as part of a main meal. Mie goreng is a popular and beloved dish not only in Indonesia but also throughout Southeast Asia. It is a staple street food and is often found in hawker centers, food stalls, and restaurants. Its delicious flavors and versatility make it a favorite among locals and visitors alike. These are just a few examples of iconic noodle dishes from Asian countries. Each dish has its own unique flavors, ingredients, and cooking techniques, making them special and beloved in their respective cultures. Exploring the diverse world of Asian noodles is a culinary adventure that allows you to experience the rich flavors and cultural heritage of each country. Bak choy from the Philippines. Bak choy is a popular noodle soup originating from the Philippines, particularly famous in the city of Iloilo. This dish has Chinese culinary origins and has become an integral part of the local cuisine. Bak choy is typically made with noodles, usually thin egg noodles. It is cooked in a flavorful pork broth, often made from pork bones, pork meat, and various spices. The broth is known for its rich and savory taste. There are several different variations of bak choy, but the three most common ones are bak choy Ilonggo. This is the original version of bak choy, originating from Iloilo City in the Philippines. It includes noodles, pork meat, pork liver, pork intestines, pork bones, onions, scallions, fish sauce, onion powder, and garlic powder. It is often served with pork bones and fried onions. Bak choy Tagalog. This is a popular variation of bak choy in Manila and the surrounding areas. It has similar ingredients to bak choy Ilonggo but typically excludes pork liver and intestines. It is often served with pork bones, pork fat, and onions. Bak choy La Paz. This is a popular variation of bak choy in La Paz, Iloilo City. It is similar to bak choy Ilonggo but with fewer flavors and usually without pork liver and intestines. It is often served with pork bones, onions, and garlic powder. Bak choy is usually garnished with onions, scallions, garlic powder, onion powder, and fried onions. People often add fish sauce, pepper powder, and chili sauce for added flavor. Some also like to add pork cracklings, pork bones, or balut, boiled fertilized duck egg, to the dish.
That's really good. Namit, not rice cake. Rice cake? Okay, thank you so much.
Kaechu from Thailand. Kaechu, known as Kui To, or Phnom Penh noodles in some Asian countries, is a fragrant noodle dish in Thai cuisine. It is commonly eaten as a breakfast dish and favored by many people in Asian countries. Banh mian from China. Originating from China, banh mian is a simple noodle soup dish with the main ingredients being egg noodles and fish. The noodles are often served with various greens, scallions, mushrooms, and bok choy. The noodles are accompanied by crispy fish and sometimes served with a boiled egg. Beef noodle soup from Taiwan. Beef noodle soup is a long-standing traditional dish in Taiwan, celebrated with an annual festival dedicated to this cuisine. It is made with thin and smooth noodles, tender beef, and a flavorful broth. There are various versions of Taiwanese beef noodle soup, but the most popular ones are Saigon beef noodle soup and Shanghai beef noodle soup. Saigon beef noodle soup usually has a slightly sweet broth derived from beef bones and meat, cooked with spices such as ginger, garlic, scallions, and other seasonings. Thinly sliced or shredded beef is quickly cooked in boiling water to maintain its tenderness and crunchiness. The soft and chewy noodles, combined with beef, fresh vegetables, scallions, and seasonings, create a delicious and nutritious dish. Shanghai beef noodle soup has a similar cooking method. The broth is typically rich in flavor from beef bones and meat. Beef balls are often added to the dish, along with fresh vegetables, scallions, and other seasonings. The noodles in this dish are usually thicker than those in Saigon beef noodle soup. Taiwanese beef noodle soup is often garnished with minced garlic, pepper, soy sauce, and scallion oil. These seasonings are commonly added to enhance the flavor and appearance of the dish. Saimin from Hawaii. Although part of the United States, Hawaiian cuisine is heavily influenced by Asian cultures. Elements from Japanese, Chinese, and Filipino cuisines contribute to the creation of Tsukemen, a noodle dish in Hawaii. The components of Tsukemen include wontons, scallions, char siu, barbecued pork, and sausage. Pad Thai from Thailand. From Cape Town to Khao San, you can easily find Pad Thai as the epitome of Thailand's most famous street food. The noodles are stir-fried in a hot wok with onions, eggs, and unique seasonings such as fish sauce, sugar, chili powder, and ground peanuts. This dish is rightfully the most beloved street food in Thailand. Bánh canh from Vietnam. Bánh canh, originating from Vietnam, has noodles that resemble udon noodles but are made from rice or tapioca flour. The noodles are served with crab meat, seafood broth, and various types of meat. There are also different variations of bánh canh with different types of meat as accompaniments.